Welcome to welcome to the SE structure. Welcome to lesson 1, SE structure. Many of you might already have an idea on how to build an SE, but this is the backbone of what we're going to do in this Winter Whiz challenge is understand exactly how to build an SE. So if we don't understand how to build the outline, we'll certainly not know how to build the paragraphs, the sentences, and the phrases that we need to get a 7, 8, or 9 in the IELTS exam. So we start with the outline, which is the SE structure. Something to be aware of is that there's different types of SEs. There is 2 types of exams for IELTS. You have to know which exam you are going to take. You have to know which exam you're going to take to know which SE you should be writing and practicing. I'm going to give you a quick overview of the types of SEs that you should be practicing and the types of exams. The IELTS exam has two SE types that are going to be different depending on whether you're going to take the general exam or the academic exam. So you should know which one you're taking, and if you don't, then I recommend that you look into it, because the academic version of the exam is going to be more about agree and disagree essays rather than discussion essays, but you'll see these formats in both. So it's very important that you look into which exam are you going to sit. Is it the academic or is it the general? If you need more information on that, you can download the information from the Writing Roadmap to Success booklet that I have written that goes into detail on all of these issues. Okay, so you can decide which exam you should be doing and prepare for the essay writing style that you will encounter in this exam. Perfect. So one of the biggest mistakes that we see people make when it comes to essay writing is that they overcomplicate it. They try to throw all of the things that they've learned over the months and years into the essay, and it doesn't quite make sense. So the best advice that you can do is not to make your essay overly complicated, but instead keep it simple. Keeping it simple will help you to avoid major mistake. Will help you to avoid. Keeping it simple will help you to avoid overcoming. Keeping it simple will help you to overcome these 3 issues: making major mistakes by overcomplicating your idea. You will not get any extra points if you have an original idea. So your essay writing will not get more points by having an original idea. So by keeping it simple, straightforward, your idea is clear and your logical argument is clear, and the expressions and language you use is useful practically to your argument and appropriate to the topic, you will get a good mark. So that's why simpler ideas will help you to avoid writing unclearly. So my recommendation is, when you're practicing this winter break, is to keep your ideas simple, following the structure and not overcomplicating it. That's where a lot of people's essays go wrong, and after marking thousands of essays myself, I know that people who try to overcomplicate the idea often make a lot of mistakes, and this is extremely important. So let's go straight to the essay structure. The overall essay structure, as most of us should know, is the introduction, which is the topic, and we state our opinion or position. We have a body paragraph, which represents the arguments that we're going to make, the ideas that we have, the supporting points with examples or evidence, and the conclusion, which would summarize and point out our position. Again, restating our ideas. So this is an example of the overall structure that you will see to be able to nail your IELTS essay. we have an essay title, an introduction, argument number 1, argument number 2, and the conclusion. Now, the body paragraph structure can be taken even more granular by understanding that in the introduction, which I will do a complete 2 days, I will go into detail on how to write the introduction in detail in this Winter Whiz program. They will come up. These lessons will be coming up later in the course. But right now you can see that you should include some background information. You should include your thesis and a hook in the introduction paragraph. The topic sentence is another video that will be coming up later. It's extremely important that you understand how to write a clear and logical topic sentence, and it's one of the most powerful techniques that I can show you is the triangular method to be able to design your topic sentences, which will make them powerful, effective, and clear when you're communicating your idea. Then we should include an appropriate example to the topic sentence, and we should include consequences or potential solutions. So this is the overall body paragraph structure that you will follow as a more granular level, and we will see in the conclusion that we'll compress our idea, we'll make clear the argumentation, and maybe some implications of what we have discussed throughout the essay. So this is the more detailed approach to the structure, and another major key part to overall structure is the use of linkers. Linkers are extremely important at the beginning of the paragraphs. In your introduction, you'll have a linker. In your conclusion, you'll have a linker. And certainly you'll have a linker in the body paragraphs. A linker, if you don't know what that is a word that refers to the beginning of the phrase. A linker, in the context of writing, refers to words or phrases that connect different parts of a text, helping to establish relationships between ideas and ensuring a smooth flow of information. And since we are in Smooth English's Winter Whiz Challenge, we definitely want to have a smooth structure in our writing. So linkers play a crucial role in improving the coherence and readability of the written content by guiding readers through the logical progression of thoughts and creating a seamless narrative. Perfect. So linkers are extremely important. We will have in the link below the video, you will find access to a practice example of how to use linkers. There is a document that will help you to understand a range of linkers that you can choose from. I recommend that you only choose between 5 to 8 linkers that you know how to use and you use regularly. You only need between 5 to 8 to be able to successfully link most ideas in English. So choose wisely the ones from the list below, and also go through the exercise element of the task, which will help you to put in practice the knowledge and understanding of linkers, which will build your skills on knowing where to use them and when to use them. The answers will be at the bottom of the document, so if you don't know the answer, take your time and check the answers to make sure that you got correct the linkers, to make sure you use the linkers correctly. Linkers are extremely important, and that's the main focus of our challenge this week, is that you focus on learning how to use linkers effectively and you know a range of them to put them into use in every essay you write from here forward. You will also find below the prompt for today's question, and today we're going to go through some essay examples that lack structure. So some major problems that we have with essays is often with the question, the prompt has not been understood correctly, and the structure is not there. Here's an example of our writing. As you can see, we don't have an introduction, we don't have body paragraphs and a conclusion. A lot of people, even though they should know the essay structure, still give me writings like this, and this is not acceptable. If you don't have a proper essay structure, you will lose a lot of points in the IELTS exam. So be careful to make sure you have introduction, paragraph, paragraph, and conclusion. That's just the basics of how to structure your essay. Then you should look here and see in a good paragraph, then we should look here that we have a good essay example. Here we have introduction, body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2, and in this situation, body paragraph 3, but for IELTS essays, it's not necessary, and a conclusion. So here we have also our linkers. We have in recent years as the beginning linker, introducing the background, which we'll go into more detail, firstly, moreover, additionally, in conclusion. So you see here that we have a great structure and we have the linkers, which are also structural elements that make our writing solid. So that is today's lesson on essay structure and overview, and also on linkers. Now go and print out your essay structure so that you have it beside you while you are studying. Make sure that you're studying with your essay structure beside you so you don't get lost as you go through this practice, and make sure that you know how to write linkers effectively. Congratulations, you have finished lesson 1. Go now and do the exercises and choose your essay that you're going to write. See you in the next one.